Being a leader takes a lot of time and effort. Throughout the journey to becoming a revered person, everyone will have to face numerous battles, including making hard decisions, delivering bad news, taking responsibility, and especially thinking outside the box. Each of these things I've had to deal with in my life, personally, and I'm not even halfway to my full leadership potential. Hello, I'm Elizabeth Wilson. I'm a 19-year-old physics major with the hopes of being a future leader in the world of aerospace engineering. And since these are interview questions pertaining to myself, I have more than enough credibility to discuss them. And now that we've become a little bit more acquainted, I would now like to discuss with you how I've handled many of the problems on my leadership journey thus far. There are many times in our lives when we don't have every piece of information we would like to when making a decision. This can make it difficult to feel comfortable making the right decision or any decision at all. When I encounter this problem, I try to approach it from a lesser of two evils or a better overall approach. This essentially means that whatever information I'm given to decide something, I try to pick the one that seems the better of the two. For example, if you have to choose between two cars, A and B, and you know that car A has 15,000 miles and car B has 35,000 miles, this is all the information you're given. Me personally, I would choose car A. As a part of my better overall approach, I know that a car that has less miles is probably better overall. Even though I would love to know about the brakes, the engine, the battery, and all the other good stuff, I'm only given the mileage. So, using my better overall approach, I believe that the most likely better option would be to pick car A, the one with the less miles. And while making decisions without having all the necessary information is difficult, there are also occasional difficulties when communicating with management. From a subordinate perspective, I feel that the greatest obstacle when trying to communicate with management is the fear of being reprimanded or looked at differently. Most often when communicating with a superior, it's easy to discuss positive things. This changes, however, when the topic becomes negative. Discussing negative things with a boss or a person in management can be frightening because of unknown outcomes, essentially. For example, let's say you want to inform your boss that Sally Sue hasn't been doing her job correctly. This has the potential to negatively impact you for many reasons. You don't know the relationship between Sally Sue and your boss. You could possibly be fired or maybe looked at as a tattletale. So, essentially, I feel that the fear of consequences is by far the biggest obstacle when communicating with management. And although talking to management about a bad situation can be a little scary, something that is oftentimes very frightening for people is thinking outside the box. I know that thinking outside the box can be easy for some, but for others it's quite difficult. Take me, for example. Through many of our leadership and life journeys, we will face difficult times and obstacles, forcing us to think outside the box. One crucial time when I had to think outside the box was when I was in charge of getting my friend to her surprise Sweet 16 birthday party. Now, although at the time we had frequented events at the marina, which is where her birthday party was taking place, there were no events going on the day of her birthday, except her birthday. So, given that it was my job to not only deliver her, but to also keep this secret, I really needed to think outside the box as to why we needed to be at the marina at 6 o'clock at night. This is when I decided to inform her that we needed to pick up a friend from scuba diving, and afterwards we'd all go to the movies and have dinner and celebrate her birthday. And this was the perfect idea because since we were going out, she was dressed nice for the party. She was also distracted because she was anticipating that we were going to the movies and to have dinner for her birthday. And now we also had a reason to be at the marina. So overall, I got her to the party successfully and she had a wonderful time. Now, surprising my friend for her birthday party can hardly be considered a real impactful leadership moment. It was one of the most difficult situations to overcome. Thinking outside the box really helped me here, especially since my friend is almost as perceptive as Sherlock Holmes. As you can see, everyone struggles throughout their life, and particularly in their education and careers. But knowing that others share similar difficulties can make overcoming your obstacles significantly better. Even more so, knowing how others have dealt with their problems, whether they be exactly the same or really similar, can really help. And I hope that by answering these questions about myself and my experiences benefits everyone that's watching. Thank you.